Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our 2020 Virtual Scholarship Celebration for the College of Engineering. My name is Mike Kessler, and I'm the Dean of the College of Engineering. And I'm excited that you've tuned in to our program today. As you can see, things look a lot different this year. We can't be gathered together enjoying conversations and desserts as we celebrate our scholarship donors and recipients. Rather, I'm here in the Engineering Administration Building on campus, and you're tuning in from your homes and workplaces, and we gather together virtually for this third annual event. This event is important to our college. I believe it is essential for us to pause each year and draw attention to the generosity of our scholarship donors and the success of our students. So even in the face of a pandemic, when many events are being canceled, it was important to me and to our team to find a way to make this happen. Philanthropy, in the form of student scholarships, is vital to the success of our college. Right now, there is much competition among universities to attract and retain the best and brightest and most diverse students to their programs. That is why I have made student scholarships a fundraising priority for our college, with specific focus on impactful four-year renewable scholarships for incoming freshmen. For this academic year, we awarded nearly 400 scholarships, totaling just over $1 million to undergraduate students. This is remarkable, and it's worth celebrating. We wouldn't have a reason to celebrate if it weren't for our donors who choose to make an investment in our students at NDSU by giving generously to these scholarships. Our donors come from a variety of backgrounds. Some are alumni who were impacted by scholarships during their time as students, and now it's their turn to give back. Some are family members who have chosen to invest in a scholarship in memory of a loved one who graduated from NDSU. And others are companies who recognize the value of the College of Engineering at NDSU, so they choose to invest in our students who are their future workforce. Today we're going to hear from a couple of those donors. First up in our program are James and Jean Jorgensen. The Jorgensens initiated their endowed scholarship to civil engineering students in 1999, but their connection to the College of Engineering stretches back to the 1960s. James earned his undergraduate degree in civil engineering from the University of North Dakota and a PhD in civil engineering with an emphasis on structures from Purdue University. He was a professor in the Department of Civil Engineering at NDSU from 1960 to 1996, including serving as the department chair for 11 years. When he retired from NDSU in 1996, James worked for Metal Building Software, an engineering software company that he and Jean started. The Jorgensens live in Fargo, and they have 3 children, 2 of whom are NDSU engineering alumni.
Jean and I grew up on farms near Leeds, North Dakota. While in school, I had an interest in math and science, which made me turn towards engineering. And in a rural area, the part of engineering that's visible is civil engineering. Then we went to college at UND, and when I found out more about civil engineering, it was really structures, which is buildings and bridges. That's the part that I was interested in. When you go to work, the most important 4 words that you can use are, how can I help? This will get you to fit in with the current workers and with your supervisors, so you'll be welcome if you just keep saying, how can I help? And then part of what you're looking for is gold, but you need to bring with you the golden rule, and that is to treat others the way you want to be treated. I was practicing structural engineering in Minneapolis, and they had an opening here, and that's how it started. Once I got into it, then I really enjoyed it. What's fun to see is that when you're working with the students and you can see their light bulb come on. Oh, I understand it. Okay, so that's the reward in teaching. While I was at NDSU, Jean and I started an engineering software company, and then I went to work full-time with Jean in that engineering software company. And what we did was to develop software that'll do the complete design, detailing, and drafting of steel frame buildings. With the software, the metal building manufacturer can do in 2 hours what they could do without the software in more than 2 weeks. The good news about that is then they're willing to pay you for that software. So that's good. The way we did the sales was just to send them a CD and let them see on their computer what the software does. And then the exciting part would be to get a fax. In those days, the fax was the communication, and the fax would have 3 items. Number 1, we decided to get your software. Number 2, where do we send the money? Number 3, when can you come for training? And Gene and I have been to like 20 countries to do training, so that's been a real reward. Typically, it's 3 or 4 days of training, and then 3 or 4 days we were tourists. So we got to see what life was like there. Gene was active in
Faculty women,
and we meet with friends that we've gotten to know from the faculty, and we meet with them on a fairly regular basis. The College of Engineering at NDSU has been very good to me and to us, and it's been a real pleasure to work with the students and with the staff, and to have the opportunity to do academic interests that go along with your teaching and research responsibilities. So they've given a lot to me, and we want to give back. And the way we can give back is to provide some financial assistance to the current students. When you think back of our education, the master's degree at Northwestern and the PhD at Purdue was financed by scholarships and by a forgivable loan. So without that help for us, we wouldn't be where we are today. What we have, we believe, is a gift from God, and that we want to share that with those who can benefit from it. And when you look at the cost of education for college students today, it's just way, way out of line. When we were college students, it cost less than $1,000 for the entire year. And now this scholarship, which will have a total of near $9,000, and then it'll only pay for half of their education. So they really need money. One summer, I worked as a roughneck on an oil drilling crew, and then I had a really good pay, and I could make enough money in the summer to go to college. You can't do that today. So college students need help. The university has an opportunity for us to meet the scholarship winners, and it's a real pleasure to get to visit with them for an hour or so, just to see what their life is like and how they see their future. It's an exciting time for kids in college.
Thank you, James and Gene, for your generosity to NDSU and your willingness to share your thoughts with us today. Next, we will hear from Barry Shukart. A 1983 graduate of the Civil Engineering program, Barry and Sue established a named scholarship fund in the fall of 2019 to provide renewable scholarship support for an incoming freshman majoring in civil or construction engineering. Barry is currently the Chief Value Officer and Vice President for KLJ, where he is involved in developing client relationships, providing project quality assurance, and mentoring employees for leadership role. He serves as a trustee for the NDSU Foundation. Barry and Sue are loyal Bison fans and supporters and can be found driving the KLJ tailgate bus to most football games. They have 4 children and currently live in West Fargo.
I graduated from North Dakota State in 1983 with a degree in civil engineering and came to work straight out of college to KLJ. We were called Weigel Engineering at the time. But it started with them right by the next week. I was on the job, working lots of hours and just diving right into it. And gosh, I look up 38 years later and I'm still here. So I must have liked something about it. It's actually been a wonderful experience for me. I couldn't have asked for more in a career and an education from NDSU to set me up for it. It's just been fantastic. Things as that might sound simple, like work ethic and persistence and relationships and so on. Those things are so instrumental. It goes far beyond your technical abilities, which obviously the university prepares us extremely well technically, no question about that. But the other skills that are so necessary to be managers and leaders in the profession and the industry are just it just was, to me, it was remarkable. And when I reflect back on it, there's no question that it was huge in my career pathing, even that early on. The scholarships are very meaningful to Sue and I, my wife, Sue, because it goes directly to them. I mean, you can just see the impact. And having been there and struggled to get through financially, found a way, scratch and claw to get there, by whatever means, we understand what it's like to go through that. And quite frankly, what everybody needs is an opportunity. I mean, you have an opportunity and you apply yourself, good things are going to happen. And I've been able to witness that firsthand here at KLJ as I see our young people come on board with the tremendous education and background and ready to just give it their all and watch how they blossom and what comes out of what you were a part of helping, give them an opportunity for. It's very rewarding. And it's, in a sense, it just seems very natural to give back that way. I'd like to support the entire university, but you have a soft spot for the program that you came up through. And we have in our intentions to expand those horizons and not let it just be focused on engineering. But obviously that was a great starting point because, once again, I was a big part of hiring a lot of the people that came to work for us. And now, as time has gone by, my role has been even more enhanced as a mentor and a coach and so on. So I get to interact and work with these young people, throughout their career, and it's just a tremendous experience. That's one of the most rewarding parts of my job also. As I think about talking with students, one of the things I reflect back on, and I remember so many times over the course of my career, especially early on, when people would ask, well, how difficult is it to get through an engineering program? And, what is that like? And, I'd always phrase it that, obviously it's not easy. It's challenging, to say the least. But what I always remembered was that it was a lot of work. It was hard work. I mean, you had to put the time in. So my first suggestion would be establish and maintain that work ethic with your good habits and remain persistent. You're going to have some days that don't necessarily go as well as some of the others. It is a challenge along the way, but hang in there. Be dedicated, be persistent, and through all that hard work and persistency along the way, you're going to be so happy that you stuck it out and that you put your all into it, because you got one heck of a rewarding career out there in front of you. It's all there for the taking. Reach out to the folks at NDSU, because they are professionals in every sense of the word. They're not high pressure. They're going to step you through it. They are genuinely going to look for a program that meets your needs and what you feel comfortable with. We've very much felt at ease through the whole process, no matter who we've worked with. It's been a very, very, actually a pleasant process to go through. Although you're writing some checks, I mean, you feel good about it at the end of the day, that it's going to a good cause and it's going to be well taken care of. When you see the graduation rates and you see the success of the people, you don't have to question at all whether your money is being put to good use, because it absolutely is. The graduation rates are remarkable, and the grades that the kids are coming out of school with are just top notch. It's going to a good cause. There's just no question about whether or not it is. It just simply is, and then the proof is there. It kind of closes the whole circle on and puts the validity to when you actually see that somebody in flesh is there and is receiving this, and is, it's the reality of it that hits home, and they're so thankful, no matter what the amount is. It really never matters. They are just so thankful that you are giving it all, and they quickly talk about all of what they were able to do and use that for, and that had it not been for the combination of the assistance that they got, they're not sure how they would have got through. I mean, it's reality, and that hits home pretty quick.
Thank you, Barry and Sue, for giving back to NDSU in the form of a scholarship endowment that will continue to impact students for years to come. Our mission in the College of Engineering is to prepare innovative problem solvers and create new knowledge to improve lives in North Dakota and beyond. We believe that we offer an affordable education to our students. That said, it's no secret that the cost of education is still high. Many students work part-time jobs and take out student loans to pay for school. For the students who receive scholarships, that financial burden is a bit lighter. Today, we're going to hear from two students who have been impacted by scholarships. They will speak today as representatives of our student scholarship recipients about the impact that scholarships have had on their educational journey.
My name is Joshua Brosie. I'm from Larimer, North Dakota. I'm going to NDSU for mechanical engineering, and this will be my 5th year in the program.
My name is Kylie Arndt, and I am currently going into my senior year for electrical engineering with minors and honors in entrepreneurship. And I am from West Fargo, North Dakota. I'm a first-generation college student. I decided to go with NDSU because, I've been in Fargo my whole life, and I've kind of seen the great community that it has. I've been here for different music competitions, and I was in the youth symphony, so I just have always been around it, and I just saw what a great place it is to be.
I chose NDSU because its location and proximity to North Dakota. I grew up here, my family's here. It has an excellent engineering program, and it's relatively affordable. I'm a recipient of multiple scholarships here at NDSU, including the Zimmerman Scholarship. And those scholarships have really impacted me financially, allowing me to choose paths that grow my expertise in engineering, not necessarily benefit me financially because my education has been taken care of because of these scholarships. And so I can become a greater and more well-rounded engineer.
Scholarships have really made it where I was able to thrive at campus. So if I didn't have scholarships, I know I probably wouldn't be able to even pursue the career I wanted to, just because I'd have to work, and then I wouldn't be able to really concentrate on my studies, and then I wouldn't do as well as I do. And then additionally, just organizations. So I wouldn't be able to be the student body vice president without them, just because it does take a certain amount of time that you're not afforded if you do have to work. Otherwise, I've been able to be an ambassador for engineering and basically just make sure that other students, especially women in the STEM field, can feel comfortable joining. I've been able to be part of different volunteer organizations. I'm part of a sorority. I would not have been part of that without the help. And then I've also just been able to spend my summers giving back to the community more. I've been able to be an orientation leader, so basically, inviting other people into NDSU and making sure they transition well.
Because I have more time on my hands, because I don't have to necessarily work as hard to support my education, I have time to devote to student activities. One of them is Chi Alpha that I'm heavily involved in. And it's been a blessing to be able to be a leader in that organization and give back in a way that I was poured into.
I think the main thing is to not be afraid to apply. Go on there. If it has a lot to do with you but not perfect, just go for it. I mean, if nothing else, it's a great opportunity to try you writing out or something like that. It's all about the opportunities. It's just like when you go to the career fair for the first time. You're not always there to get a job, you're there for the experience. So even if you don't get one, that's a great job. And if nothing else, you get the opportunity to get one, and it's life-changing.
I would say apply to as many scholarships as you can. Even if you don't fit the description, sometimes people who meet the criteria don't apply, and you'll end up getting those scholarships. And when you have to write an essay for a scholarship, don't let that scare you, and just pour out your heart and your passions, so that these people who want to impact you in a positive way get to know you and who you are, so that they feel good about how their money is being dispersed.
I guess I would just like to say that you've truly made an impact on my life, and I do not know where I would have been without you, because I've grown so much as a person, and it's all thanks to you.
I would say thank you for allowing your success of the past to be our success of the future. For investing in me and my classmates to prepare us to solve the problems of the future so we can make a better and more efficient world.
Thank you, Joshua and Kylie, for sharing a bit of your story with us. In closing today, I want to thank you all for tuning in to celebrate with us. I'm proud to be a part of the great things happening in the College of Engineering. We continue to carry on a great legacy here, and each of you are a part of that story. To our donors, thank you for your commitment to NDSU and the financial investments that you have made in our students. To our scholarship recipients and families, congratulations. You should be proud to be selected for these awards. Thank you all for your continued support for the College of Engineering.